Alright, what is up everyone? I'm gonna be showing you something very special. This is gonna be the Zyra jungle that just got buffed, and it's actually very playable and strong right now. So it's a very unique jungle pick. There is a lot you need to know when you play Zyra jungle, but I do have a lot of faith in it, and I think it's extremely strong if you know how to play, but also just extremely viable. So for starters, we're gonna be doing a couple points into Q and then E max. I tried Q max, but I think E max is very important if you want to play Zyra jungle. Here we always want to stay, you're going to generally spawn seeds, so go to your red buff or blue, whichever side you want to start. I like pathing down, so that's like the plan right now. And you always want to hit your Q. You see that radius? That is the radius that pretty much tells you exactly where it will spawn and how much seeds you can spawn. So what's really broken now is your plants can just perma tank. And also you just WW here. Always use your seeds, because every time you get a, for example, you get another seed every time you kill a large monster. So that's super fast for your clear. Really big, so always double spam your seeds as much as possible. It speeds up your clear extremely here. Here we have a seed here, but I don't think I need it. I always want to walk into melee range and just tank a bit and just kind of cycle through. You can always wait for your cooldown on your seeds, and you could get some good spawns. Like here I got some good RNG, so always want to play around that. I think Emax is important because it's honestly, you kind of play like, it's more about literally just your plants and just rooting them with your E. If you want to play, you're gonna have to kind of play with that mindset in play, so that's very important. From my experience, I think Leandry's is just extremely good buy. Here I'm going to set up some seeds, as you can see. You always want to kind of transfer, put your position in a good spot where you're going to get some good RNG on your seeds. You can't really control them, but you can always just set up like very good RNG. Like here I just have another one, and the radius is very forgiving, so you don't have to worry that much. And you know, remember, we always have two seeds, just clear. You want to full clear on her. She's very fast full clear. See how I got some pretty decent RNG, I would say. I could smite to kind of be like a 3-minute full clear, but not bad. We definitely take that kind of stuff, and you just auto the last one down. And here, this is when we start to Emax. I think Emax is really important just because of the value you have in it. Here you can always W brushes, don't face shack, always W. And if he walks in, we can definitely kill. Very well played. Very good kill. Oh, worth it. So a very good kill overall. Very good play products. We got the full clear. We got ganks. I mean, we're extremely happy with that one. Here you can either go for codex if you don't have enough, but since we have chapter, we obviously just want to buy the chapter. You don't really need the mana from lost chapter. Ideally, codex will give you that, you know, codex with like a dark seal buy would be, in my opinion, better. But because we have enough, we're gonna go for it again, and we just repeat our full clear on this if you want to play her well. You see, hitting your E, well, I guess I should explain her seed. So your Q one is, your Q plants are like the range ones. They have really long range. Both plants, they deal the exact same damage, so don't think about damage so much. Q will just naturally deal more because it can hit from farther away. Your E plant slows, and it slows stacks up to 60%, so it's very good for slowing. So here I would probably use one seed for getting the thing, and then like one for the slow. So for ganks, it's going to be really important to get that E slow going. But then your Q, like maxing Q doesn't make my Q plants more damage, right? And maxing E isn't going to make my E plants deal more damage. They scale based off your levels. So what's important is just getting your correct points in, and also don't get invaded. E lets you escape invades as well, is what I noticed. Very important. And you see how it has like a hitbox, but it has a hidden hitbox as well. The AoE hitbox around it is actually here. We're gonna play for the dragon. I think Kha'Zix might pop his head out here. Gotta be careful. Gotta be really careful. That was beautiful by us. I mean, we just hit that E. It's just free money. Cash real estate. Cash rules everything around us. You can always W for brushes, remember. E when you're farming as well. From my experience, I just think because when you max E, it increases the CC by 1 second to 2. So pretty much double. And from my experience playing this champion, it's very important to have that root. If you don't hit your E, it's just like not happening. They just get away from the play. And Q doesn't really do much besides like, you don't really go for Q to hit the damage component. In my opinion, it's more for like when you hit your Q, it's more about the seeds, right? So in the seeds scale off the damage. The E max is just very important. You want to keep them sort of CC'd very long. You can always put C's behind. And it's just about those kind of roots. Very well played by us. Here I might actually wait a little longer, see if I can grab another one later. See, I'm gonna get a Zyra pick here. I'm a greedy man. I like going for many plays. Always auto between. I love it. Beautifully done by my Nanas. Here you can always extend your range on your E. Get some slow like that. I was hoping to get some seeds going there, but unfortunately, things happen. Mistakes are made. But you definitely want to play for the extra points in your E. It's going to make a big difference. Your Q is kind of like used to spawn. Like you're not using it for the middle part. You see the damage area? They're using it for the seed spawn. And also Dark Seal, great buy. We went for the free boots with Dark Harvest. It's a really good scaling page. You want it. You just have to get Leandries. Like you have to get Leandries. Just remember that. Before we go for anything else, we have to get Leandries. And then we go Sorks and we go... The rest of the items are more flexible. Here, I'm gonna play for Crab and see what's going on. Looked like Kha'Zix was here. He's running. Oh, Kha'Zix. I guess I'm the alpha jungler. Zyra is the alpha. But when you play this champion, it's definitely not about KDA. It's really about power farming and going for that, like, scaling, getting those item components. Like, once I get my Leandries, I'm extremely strong. It's really that buy, and the E is just good for farming as well. Remember, the blast damage is actually the same. I'm waiting for his stun here. And just to land that CC. It gets really good once you get a couple points in. I still haven't decided if I just want to E-max right away, but the extra point in Q, it does speed up your clear slightly. So if you're going with that full clear angle, I just think if I was to play, this is how I would play it. Now we have Leandries by. This is where you really start to carry. I mean, Jin's going really well. Who's have to play? You have to play you have to keep your distance when you play her, Zyra. You really have to play for like your distance. If Kha'Zix, like if I know I'm against the Kha'Zix, I absolutely want him to jump on me so I can just, I want to stay forward, make him use his abilities to gap close, and then EE root into an R. The way you're going to kill people is by that, kind of like that root. And always use as many seeds when you're farming, because once you kill the camps, they just kind of naturally spawn. You can always move early on the next camp, because as you can see, once it's, your seeds are just going to finish the job. This is where it really starts to pick up. This is where should be really happy to play her. You can always kind of like line it up like this, so maybe it's just very important to E-max though, in my opinion. Q-max just does nothing. Your seeds, your plants are most of your damage. You're just kind of like a CC bot is how you have to kind of imagine it. You're a CC bot, your Q is to spam your plants to poke. And the rest is history. I mean, I listen, I do what I must. I do what must be done, guys. It's not the easy. I didn't have to herald here or whatever. This is just how powerful it is. E flash is the new mechanic that they just enabled on her, so it's very strong, very powerful. Here I'm gonna start spawning some seeds here. Get the dragon aggro. Dragon does 2 hits to 1 shot, so you ideally want to actually tank it. Remember, your E is your bread and butter. If you're not hitting your E, you're not having a good time. And whenever you see spawn, you can just kind of play around that. You know, if you want to base, just base. Play for your item spike. Surf boost is going to be really big for me. Clearing the jungle is no problem. It's about surviving and knowing how to play team fights. But I just, from playing so far, a couple games, Leandry is very important. Demonic is just a great item. Second, I don't know about Rylai's. I don't think you need Rylai's. I think the Demonic is just very core. And like from there, you kind of build whatever must be built. I think she's an extremely strong champ to go flat pen as well. Shadow pen. Demonic HP build, very good. Very big on it. Very big on it. But if you build the way I build and you go Emax, trust me, you're gonna. It's like day and night, really. You can actually root them. It's all about rooting them long enough to actually kill them in that kind of E duration. And once we get enough points into our E, we root them for 2 seconds into an R knockup with 2 plants. E plants are great. Like I said, it's not really that important, like which plants. Just really up to you, whichever seeds you want to build. The Q ones have the extra range. Dark Harvest, that's good enough for me. And your W just kind of constant spawn seeds. You always want to drop them whenever you get a kill. And brushes, remember, they always, if you have 2 stacks, might as well drop 1. Keep your vision, keep your seeds around. They last 30 seconds. So when you're starting, 30 seconds is how long you can start stacking your little baby seeds. The only thing is the RNG around yourself is always like impossible to kind of control. So here, like when camps are spawning, ideally I don't give up my full clear yet. So I just want to keep my full clear going. You know, you clear extremely fast whether you have points. Honestly, I think even maxing W second could be good. I just don't see where, like, I mean, you just don't hit that part of Q, like, you know, the one I'm showing you, that often is what I find. You mostly, I feel like you play super far back. If anything. This is the Brood, you see. Most likely dead. The extra root is just very big. I mean, that's just the power of the root. He might have just finished Gromp, but... Oh, did I get the seed off? No, I didn't. Oh, I had a feeling he was actually there. It's so sad too, because I had a feeling. I should have known he was there. It was my mistake. My bad. Team's still doing great. I do want to evolve my red Pokemon. I didn't touch on it, but I think red is just naturally very good. Because the ability to just kind of poke with your plants will proc your red Pokemon, which is consistent DPS over and over again. Though I think it's safe to Q max second, so I'll probably continue doing that. It does reduce the cooldown slightly by like half a second. So I won't be a complete Q hater. I think once you E-max, it's fine to go for some points in Q. I am a bit of a hater, but not that big of a hater. But you do want to play to kind of like poke them down, wither them down, if you will. My man, you do not need to hit that one. And so one shot. We can do dragon, but I was just messing around a bit. Let's get that root off. You know, I like to think of myself more than just a CC bot. You're mostly a CC into root bot, unfortunately. You're gonna have to accept it. That 2-second root is literally game changing. Don't undersell it though, it's huge. Like a 2-second root is very game changing. Hitting these are like, and you can travel, like you can cast your seeds while your E is going off. So if you really want to be fast about it, you just have to get that initial cast of your E going, for example, and then I can just move around and then get a seed. It's very forgiving about like when you cast your ability. So you can have like a lot of time, like see I'm moving and then I press my seeds after. You don't have to seed and then E. You can just E and then like kind of like travel with your spells. But once you get your demonic vibe, it's very big. This is where I'm like gonna actually get them pretty low with my poke and probably one shot in my combo. But yeah, you're not like an AP carry like Karthus jungle. You're really about controlling the fight. Here I go like Banshees a lot of time if I need AP survivability. Zhonya's is possible. Oh, that E was a bit of a miss there. Oh, the root hits. He said. Kha'Zix is gonna come, have to be careful. Root hits, insta-dead. Always play with your seeds, always play with your plants. Very small. Very important. And then from here you build, just itemize however you feel like it's important to build. Do I need Void? Do I need Heal Cud? I personally find Banshees to be very important to have, so I go Banshees a lot at this point. In this game, I think I will go Banshees. It's more about like these people going on you initially. The Banshees is a really cheap alternative to just kind of surviving. Always W to brush, remember? Q plants give huge amounts of vision. Oh, I style. Oh, worth it. I really wanted to kill the jungler because once you kill the jungler, what happens is you're able to just do Baron. And it's like your game plan. Because if I stand around Baron, I can just spawn with a million seeds. Kind of like how we are. I'm just gonna spawn my seeds, kind of play back in the fight. Always, you know, play around your plants. You're not really going to just like, I mean, it's a weird play style, but you have to really play slow. Extremely strong to play around these conditions. And for a lot of people can be really fun, so. But I do think her objective control, kind of, I don't know if you guys played Nico Jungle, but it's very similar to like the Nico Jungle playstyle. But the Emax is very important. And you know, Banshees, I find Banshees to be extremely good to have. You could go Medjai's, but honestly this champion is very good at dying, unfortunately. If you really want to play like a Chad, you're gonna die a lot. And you just have to kind of go for like more ability haste as well. Her AP ratios are decent, but I wouldn't say are crazy. You're better off going for like decent AP, but also oh, adios. Oh my god, he got me. I need to smite the Banshees right away. Or his Edge of Night. I have Banshees, he has Edge of Night. But this game's completely over. I'm just trying to deal as much damage in fights as possible. I got my Jhin ahead. And it's generally a full clear playstyle. But really play around your seeds. In team fights, you just want to spawn a bunch of seeds. A bunch of plants, let the plants deal the damage. Patiently play around your E cooldown as well. Hitting your E is very important. Very important. So you just have to play around that. But game's going really well, so it's going to be a good win. If you just play like this, you're going to have a really good time playing Zyra jungle. Here I'm just going to full clear a bit. And then set up for the push mid. We have Earth Soul. Earth Soul's gonna be really good for me. It's not bad if they go on me, as long as I can kind of get my combo off, my damage. If you do hit them with a spell, it's gonna make a sound effect. Very fast with Barman, always sneak in and grab a couple. Let me check his blue. Get some damage on her right there. Even just like one damage off my plants is huge here. I mean, there's no reason to base. If they come into us, it's huge for us. He wants to root down. Just delete. very good damage. And it's generally how you want to play. This guy is dying to just my seeds. We might die there. Oh, he's burning. Oh, a little bit. No. It's a slow and steady one. You're not a burst as much as you are like a DPS mage, is how I would put it. And that's why the root's so important. Without the root, how do you keep them in place, right? That's why the Emax is huge. I'm gonna have Banshees though. And I'll probably, this is where I'll most likely itemize for like Void. I don't want to get outscaled. Void would be a good buy here. Keep my magic pen going. You could go double pen too, Shadow Flame, if you want to try to burst people down. But this game, I'm not really solo EP, so going for solo pen is not great. I'll show you guys how fast we can do Baron though. This is gonna be a Baron one shot. We'll wait for one more rotation of seeds. Absolutely carnage. You can always E like this to get more seeds going. I should R to increase my damage. Okay, maybe if I R, they do 50% more damage when you ulti. I guess I never talked about that. That could have been a possibility. Not as much as I thought. I was expecting a bit of a deletion on the plants. But good enough, still the Baron's dead. Success. But here we really just have to end this game. My ulti cooldown is 15 seconds, so you can use it whenever. I wish the duration of the knockup went up with level. Could be very strong. Here I kind of want them to go into me as long as I stay in like my vision area. I'm kind of happy. As the wave comes, I'm just gonna spawn my seeds here. Just like that, let them kind of chase into me. Don't take too much damage, just get the kill and get out. One hit just gets huge value. One auto, huge value. I think that's what's really surprising. It's not moss, I wasn't really planning on doing much there. My R is coming up soon though. Really didn't actually come. I guess GG though. Hope you guys liked that video. That's my Zyra jungle, and I do think it's completely a good pick. If you make it work, you can make it work. Definitely try the Emax. If you like the video, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and goodbye.